Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Christina. I am a mom of two. I have a 7-year-old and a 7-month-old. And today's video is all about 0 to 6 months must-haves. We will be talking about products that made our life so much easier through this journey, products that we were glad we had. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. I know when I was expecting, I was watching so many videos on this topic because last time I was pregnant was 7 years ago and I didn't remember much other than it was a hard time. And also so many things changed, so many more products came around, so I was all in it. I was doing my research, I was watching so many videos to see what to get to better prepare for this challenging time, because it is a challenging time. Here I am talking about our own journey and the things that we loved. Let's start with diapers, wipes, and things like that. I wanted to stock up on diapers. I knew once the baby's here, we will need a lot of diapers, and the last thing I will want to do is go in the middle of the night to the store to get diapers because we ran out. So I did a lot of research and try to figure out how many diapers should we need for size 1, for size 2, how many diapers for size 3. That's kind of what I focus on, size 1, 2, 3, and I think I got maybe 2 bags of newborns. We ended up needing a little more newborns because our baby was kind of small. But needless to say, I did look up how many diapers average a baby goes through. What I wrote here, and this is like a notebook that I was keeping up with how many diapers we had, how many diapers we still needed to purchase. And I wrote here that for size 1, we needed 656 diapers. And I think that's information that I got from like Baby List. I think that's the website that I was looking at. Size 2, 710 diapers. Size 3, 1056 diapers. I would like to say that we ended up buying that amount of diapers, and don't buy that many. I feel like 656 diapers for size 1 is a little too much. We ended up having 2 boxes, I think, of diapers size 1 that we had to return. Definitely get like 2 boxes of size 1 and go from there because they grow quite fast. Even if you ran out of size 1, most likely size 2 will be just fine. They'll be a little bigger, and honestly it's better to have bigger diapers than smaller diapers because that's when the blowout happens, and that's what you want to avoid. Sizing up is usually better than using the same diapers because you just have to go through the box. Keep that in mind. I would buy probably less size 1, less size 2, and more of size 3. She is 7 months old. She's size 4 now. So don't buy that many, size 1 and size 2. The newborn, we did have a 6-pound baby, so we ended up needing a few. I think we ended up going through a box and a half, maybe 2 boxes of newborns. Usually babies like 7-8 pounds, you can jump right into size 1. Our favorite diapers for newborns and like size 1, size 2 are Huggies Little Snugglers. I didn't realize that they would be so much nicer than the Swaddlers. I bought a lot of Pampers Swaddlers just because I was familiar with the brand. I know they work, but we had like a few bags of Huggies. I'll put it here. They are just so stretchy. They hug the baby so much nicer. I definitely recommend those for when they're a little younger. Now, once the baby's a little bigger, I think their regular Huggies is different than Little Snugglers. I like the Pampers Swaddlers for a little bigger baby. I mostly wanted to talk about the newborn and the 1 and 2. Those Little Snugglers are superior to Pampers. And that's not just my opinion. Next, when it comes to wipes, you can buy as many wipes as you would like to. You will need them. You'll probably go through them. I mean, I bought a lot of them and we still have some, but we'll get into the point that I can count them easily. My favorite ones are honestly Huggies, the Natural Care. I like these because they're not too big, they're easy to break off, and they're not too saturated. So far, these are my favorite. We bought a lot of these, and honestly, I like them, but they're super wet, so you have to let the baby's bottom to dry off before putting the diaper on, just because it will probably create some sort of rash. You don't want them to be wet down there. Another thing that I kind of hated at the beginning is the fact that it's so, well, this one is easy because I put it back in, but it's so hard to take just one because they're all intertwined. But I've learned since then that you can do like with a pinky, not pinky, but like you can hold one down and kind of take the other one, you know. But at the beginning I was so frustrated when I just needed one and an entire thing of wipes would follow it. But other than that, I like these wipes. The ones I don't like are these Baby Clean, Baby Fresh Pampers. These ones have a little bit of a scent, which I'm not a big fan of. And just overall, I'm not a big fan of these. Or I believe Huggies have these white ones. They are very thin, very breakable. Honestly, I hated them with a passion. I'll put a picture of them because I don't have them anymore. It was just not a good experience. I would not buy those. When it comes to diaper creams, yes, you need diaper cream. You could honestly go with any. We have a triple paste, we have the red one, butt paste, or honestly, Aquaphor works just as well. We had no issue with diaper rash lasting any amount of time. Another item in the diapering area is our diaper genie. I actually brought it here, but honestly it's not in the frame. Here it is, diaper genie. I love it. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong. It still has a little lingering smell. Not as much as it could be, definitely, but it's still somewhere that you could put the diapers in. It keeps them contained. You don't have to leave the room. Keeps the smell contained for the most part, unless you open it or you like right underneath it. Such a great purchase. We got it on Amazon on a good deal. You got like a lot of bags with it. I will link that down below. If you're thinking diaper genie or just a regular trash bag, get a diaper genie. It doesn't have to be diaper genie, honestly. It can be any diapering caddy, diapering thing. They have Munchkin or whatever, but those are, it's so much worth having that than just a regular trash bin. Just get a diaper pail. Now, feeding. I breastfed my baby and I'm still breastfeeding my baby. Of course, now we are introducing solids, so it's a different game. We'll talk about 6 to 12 month must-haves when it's time to talk about it. But 0 to 6, you mostly feed them either formula or breast milk. I breastfed her, so my must-haves might look a little different than your must-haves, so keep that in mind. But for me, I really enjoyed the boppy pillow, but more when she was a newborn, a few months old. It was so much easier to put her on a boppy pillow and breastfeed her. It's more comfortable, honestly, for everybody, for the baby, for you. And now that she's a little bigger, we can use that for tummy time. We can use that for her to sit, like a little bit of support in the back. So overall, I think it's a very good purchase. And honestly, I've made a video about newborn must-haves that I'll put here. I feel like a lot of these will be a repeat, but that's how you know I just love these things. Next, for feeding, I did get a breast pump. I got the Spectra 2, I believe, the pink one. Anyways, the one that it has to be plugged in. I got it through insurance. I didn't pay anything for it. It works perfectly. Had no issues with it. When it comes to bottles, we didn't really bottle feed much, but when we did, it took us a while because she did not like bottles. She was exclusively breastfed, but I feel like the older she got, she started to take the bottle, and she doesn't seem to have any preference. Like, she took the Avent bottle, the ones we got through like the free registry gifts, she doesn't really have a specific bottle that she takes. Another must have in this category is, of course, burp cloth. You need it burping her, you need it just to maybe lay her on it, so if she has any spit up, it will be on the burp cloth and not on anything else. These are our favorites. They're double lined, cute, they're long enough, they're absorbable. I feel like I had the same issue with in the last video. They absorb very well and they're not very expensive. I will link them down below. Again, we got them as a gift, but it's from Amazon. And honestly, you don't need 6,000 burp cloths. I'm just saying, you don't need that many. What we had was 2 packs and that was perfect. We had a pack of these and then a pack of these, which are a little thinner and not as long. And honestly, we would go with these anytime, but these are cheaper, so both clean spit up. Another thing that was very important to have, especially if you're breastfeeding, is vitamin D drops. Now, I would like to say something about these drops. When she was a newborn, up to honestly like 4 or 5 months, this was just so hard to give to her. This is vitamin D drops, but it comes with a little syringe, and it was just so hard to give it to her because she would keep choking. It would go the wrong way and then she would throw up the entire thing. This is perfect now that she's a little older, but what saved us was the vitamin D drops. It's just 1 drop. You put it on your nipple or you put it in the bottle, however you feed your baby, and that's the amount. So just keep that in mind. If you have the same issue with your newborn, with your baby, try those vitamin D drops. It's just all it takes is 1 drop and that's it. Now let's talk about sleeping. We'll start with the big things. We didn't buy a crib for our baby until honestly recently. We bought it finally like a week ago, and she's almost 8 months, so we didn't need it. We bought a bedside bassinet, which is a must-have in my opinion. It's on wheels. You can get it as close to your bed where you can wheel it out. It's big enough. It has an opening that you don't have to get all the way up and try to like reach out and take her. It's much easier. You can see her easier. Definitely must have a bedside bassinet for us, 100%. The one we have, I will link it down below. It's pink. I liked it. The only thing I wasn't the biggest fan of is the little pad that they sleep on. I feel like it's a little too hard, like a cardboard with tiny amount of foam on top. And I don't know that it was very comfortable, so just keep that in mind. Other than that, the quality I think is amazing. It lasted us all this time, honestly. And again, she's 7 months old. Another thing that we love is our pack and play, which is behind me. We kept the pack and play in her room and the bassinet in our room, and she slept during the night in her bassinet in our room, and her naps in her room, and pack and play. For us, both are necessary because we do see ourselves traveling with the pack and play. We've used both and we'll keep using the pack and play. Other things that were necessary in this category are swaddles. It was a struggle. We did swaddles for way too long. Honestly, 6 months is when I started taking her arms out, which is, I know it's crazy, but she doesn't like turning. She sleeps on her back and she doesn't even turn any other way. Anyways, we finally are done with the swaddles. She does sleep in the sleep sack. She likes that, but no more swaddles. Our favorite swaddles are Happiest Baby Swaddle, which looks like this. It's well loved, as you can see, but it gets her tight. It's comfortable, and honestly, she slept the best in it. So I would definitely recommend getting something like this. This is how it looks. If you can see it, I'll just put a picture here. This was a must-have, 100%. And also another thing is, what is this? Halo sleep sack. She likes these too. I like they're versatile. We got this actually from the hospital we delivered. We got 2 of them, which I'm very, very happy about because we didn't buy that many swaddles, and not the ones she liked at least, and she liked this one just about as much as the other one. They're expensive, so I'm glad we got them at the hospital. Of course, you'd need like something like this, muslin blankets. I feel like this is very good to have. You could use this as a cover up when you are breastfeeding in public, a little blanket in the summertime, something to cover the car seat. I mean, they're so versatile. You don't need a lot of them. 3-4 is plenty, but we've used these a lot, and now that the weather's getting a little warmer, I can see ourselves using this more in the future. Another thing I wanted to mention that I can't believe I forgot about is the recliner that we have. The amount of naps and the contact naps that we've done on that thing is funny. It's so comfortable and I truly love it. It's expensive, but I'm so glad we purchased it. Let's talk about baby gear. Of course, we talked about the bassinet, pack and play. Some other things that we enjoy is a baby bouncer. The one we have is the Baby Delight. I like it. I don't know that it's revolutionary. It's very simple. It works. It's easy to remove and clean it. We've had a lot of explosions in that thing, and I could just take it out, put it in a washer, and comes out clean. We used it a lot and we still use it. We keep it in the kitchen, so whenever I'm cooking, making breakfast, if I'm eating, we're having my coffee, whatever, she's right there and she's in a bouncer and she's happy. As long as she's fed and has a clean diaper, she could stay there and play with the little things and she's good. So a good purchase. I'm sure there's many other bouncers that are just as good and probably cheaper, so I guess do your own research. For the stroller, we went with Chico Corso. I think it's a great stroller now that we've had it for 7 months. She's finally outgrown the car seat and we are looking for a convertible car seat, which is a different story. We'll talk about it in the other video, but I like this travel system. It is a little bit more expensive, but it is comfortable. She likes the car seat. She likes the stroller. It's good quality. It's not too big and bulky. It's easy to fold and unfold. Sure, there's many other strollers that are good quality and are cheaper, but also many strollers that are much more expensive. So the one that we got, I feel like, is right in the middle where you get the quality, but you don't have to pay $1,000. Next, let's talk about bathing products. I know people might be like, why do you need this? I do. I like this thing. I like that it has these holes. It's controlled and you can pour it over her hair and not just drown her. If you need more water, you can use this size. If you want more controlled, you can use this side. I like this. This is Frida Baby Cat Bath Caddy, whatever. Another thing, because I'm just like that, I guess, which this one, I think it's got some water in it. This is, I think, Dr. Brown, possibly. I will link this down below, but this is a thermometer. It's a bath thermometer. You put it in the water, it like floats like this, and it will tell you the temperature here. If it's red, it's too hot. It's green, I think it's good. And it also has this thing here that you can put it on the bath wall and it will dry off. It will stick there, it'll dry off. I don't know. I like this thing. I think it's cute. I wish they had something that is more girly, but this is the only thing they had, and we just stuck to it. When it comes to towels, you don't have to get what I got. I like hooded towels because, again, you can put the hood over the head and it just keeps the head warm. We have these Cloud Island ones from Target. They're very thin, so just keep that in mind if you want something a little more fluffy. These are not the ones to buy. We'll probably down the line get something a little more fluffy with a hood. They have some good ones, I'm sure. This is just what we have right now and it works, but not my favorite. For the bath, we have this Angel Care and it works. It was a cheap bath. She's still in it, so it lasts a good amount. We like it. I don't have many things to say about it. It isn't my favorite. I feel like there's also baths that maybe you can use for longer and you don't have to fill out the entire bathtub to use it. So I would go that route instead of this, because with this, it's great. Yes, it's great when you have like a newborn because it's comfortable, it's not too big, they will be comfortable on it, it doesn't get moldy, you know, all these things. It's got holes, so obviously. But you have to fill out the entire bathtub, obviously, because this is not going to hold any water. You need this immersed into a full bathtub. So just keep that in mind. When we're talking about organization stuff, definitely, I've talked about this many times. I like this. We keep this downstairs. We have a few diapers here. We have wipes here, muslin blanket, some change, some clothing, some socks, some mittens, and we used to have the butt paste, but I don't know where it is. It looks good. It's functional. Definitely a good purchase. Another thing that comes to organization, we bought these from, I believe, 2 sets from IKEA. Such a good purchase. It's so much cheaper than Amazon or honestly anywhere. If you have an IKEA close to you, check these out. They're good quality, they are cheap, and you have all kinds of options. It comes with this, with smaller square ones and bigger ones. So we use this in her closet, and honestly I use it for our closet and my son's closet. Such a good purchase. Of course, I will talk about the camera. If you've seen any of my vlogs, then you've seen this camera and you've seen the monitor. This is Hello Baby from Amazon. It's cheap, it works, the quality is great. Didn't have to spend $160 for it. I think I bought it on sale for maybe $50. I don't remember exactly, but such a good purchase. When it comes to playing, we do have the Fisher-Price Deluxe Kick and Play Piano Gym. She loves it. We do tummy time on that. We do just laying around and grabbing things. We like it, and honestly I like the songs too. We know the songs by heart but she seems to like it as well. When it comes to clothing, don't buy too many things, too many cool things or outside clothing. You'll need a lot of onesies, pajamas, some pants depending on if you live in a cooler area, socks obviously, maybe some hats like this. They're very thin, but when you just need something, you don't want anything too heavy, just something to put over their heads. It's kind of funny. You're supposed to do this, I guess, but yeah, this is... We like these things. It's super soft and very light. Another piece of clothing that she has worn the most of, it's more relevant to colder months. This thing. This is what we call the bear. Whenever it's cold outside and you don't want to put a huge jacket on it because it's not that cold, this is perfect. It's comfortable and it's cute, so I'm really glad we purchased this. And make sure you get a separate hamper for your baby. I like these because they're easy to wipe and it doesn't collect, you know, things in it. It's hers. I know everything that's here, it's hers. Great purchase, and it's not that expensive. I think that's it. That's all for today's video. That's all my must-haves. Everything will be linked down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.